Hello. Hi, what is Trenton wearing, honey? I don't know. He was ready for bed.
A young mother reports an unimaginable crime, the kidnapping of her son, 2-year-old Trenton Duckett. Someone cut through this window screen and opened a bedroom window where the toddler had been sleeping. Now he was gone.
You don't know what you dressed him in before you went to bed? He might have had his shoes off.
That chilling phone call was made from this very apartment back in 2006. Nearly 2 decades later, people in this community are still asking, where's Trenton? He's never been found. This is what Trenton Duckett looked like when he vanished. And this is what Trenton Duckett might look like today as a young adult. Some people, including his family, are still holding out hope that he could be alive.
17 days into the search for Trenton Duckett, and fatigue is starting to set in.
I was working as a TV news reporter in Central Florida when Trenton disappeared. To this day, it remains one of the most intriguing mysteries of my career. Digging through some of my old case files, reviewing hours of video footage stored on beta tapes, and talking with the missing boy's family, I'm going to take you inside the investigation, starting from the moment police first learned about the disappearance.
We're hoping that anybody with any information is going to give us a call. We definitely want to get Trenton home.
The initial details were frightening. In Leesburg, Florida, about 40 miles northwest of Orlando, Trenton Duckett was reported kidnapped from the apartment he shared with his mother, Melinda Duckett.
I can't even start to begin to imagine what kind of person would do something like that to begin with.
Melinda told police her son had been abducted from his bedroom while she was in an adjoining room watching TV with some friends.
And how long has he been gone? You don't know?
In a movie that was 2 hours long. I checked on him before anyone came down to the house.
Okay.
Melinda never told the 911 dispatcher the name of anyone who might have kidnapped her son, but the mother did make this vague statement.
I know he freaking did it.
I know he freaking did it. Melinda does not immediately say who he is, but suspicion would soon fall on Melinda's estranged husband, Trenton's father, Josh Duckett. The couple was separated and going through a very ugly divorce.
Obviously, we were looking at Josh very early on.
Just weeks before her son disappeared, Melinda came here to the Lake County Courthouse where she filed for a restraining order against Josh, claiming she and Trenton were in danger. As evidence, Melinda showed the judge this printout from the social media website MySpace. The message, which appeared to have been written by Josh, said, quote, "I hate you because you ruined my life and took my son. I'm going to hunt you and your damn son down one day and kill both of you. I want to put you through torture. I'll bury your son with you."
I had a lot of fingers pointed at me and stuff like that.
Police immediately questioned Josh Duckett. Why did you write that threatening email to Melinda?
Didn't do it.
I recently caught up with Josh nearly 2 decades after his son disappeared. Josh told me the same thing he told detectives back then. He is not the author of that message.
I did not send the email.
According to police, Josh is telling the truth. Detectives quickly discovered Melinda had logged into Josh's MySpace account.
When they looked at it, they found that she had been connected to the IP address at her grandparents' house. When she typed the email, sent it to my MySpace, and then sent it from MySpace on my page back to herself.
At that point, Leesburg police here could have taken Melinda Duckett into custody. Detectives secretly drafted this arrest warrant accusing the mother of computer crimes and perjury. But investigators made the strategic decision to remain quiet about what they knew and allowed Melinda to remain free in hopes that she would help them find Trenton.
All we want is him to come back and safe and sound, obviously quickly as possible.
Melinda told one of my colleagues she was trying to remain positive that her son would be found.
There's no other way to think about that. And eventually we are going to get him back no matter what.
Josh also stood in front of cameras begging for his son's safe return.
Just keep your hopes high. I mean, we're still looking for Trenton. That's our main focus, is to look for Trenton.
As search teams scoured woods and swamps in search of the missing boy, investigators questioned sex offenders living near this apartment complex here where Trenton was reported kidnapped. But detectives also focused on the 2-year-old's parents.
We have reports of where Trenton was. We want to get confirmation of where Trenton was.
During this news conference, police displayed photos of Josh and Melinda and asked the public to help verify their whereabouts in the hours before Trenton disappeared. Josh stood behind police during that news conference. Melinda was noticeably absent.
I've given my whole story. I've cooperated. Everything that I had been doing, they've checked it out, and so far they're satisfied with what they found.
Immediately after that police news conference, I called Melinda on the phone. She agreed to meet me here at the Venetian Gardens Park in Leesburg, where she had celebrated Trenton's second birthday just a few weeks earlier. As I glanced through photos of Trenton that Melinda brought me, we started to chat.
But you were with him all day Saturday and all day Sunday?
Right. I had stopped down at family houses and stuff like that, but yes.
I asked Melinda about her missing son, but the conversation kept shifting back to her.
I go into the grocery store and people recognize me in there. It's absolutely bizarre.
I'm sure you know, I mean, a lot of people are questioning whether you had something to do with this.
Oh, I understand that. I do.
Could you harm your own child?
No.
Then I asked Melinda how her son's abductor should be punished.
If someone does something to your family, I mean, why wouldn't you want something to happen to them to go to jail or something like that? Or I don't care. I just want my life to go back to normal.
And that's when our interview abruptly came to an end. But 2 days later, Melinda would appear on TV once again.
Where were you? Why aren't you telling us where you were that day? You were the last person to be seen with him.
CNN talk show host Nancy Grace invited Melinda to phone into her program.
We just shopping, going around, driving.
Shopping where?
Well, we didn't go anywhere specific.
Well, I mean, if you went shopping, you had to go into a store. What store did you go into?
I wasn't getting any specifics.
The day after this Nancy Grace interview was taped, but before it actually aired on TV, authorities were called to the home of Melinda's grandparents in the Villages. That's where they found Melinda Duckett dead.
It is still very early in the death investigation, but initial observations indicate the death was from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
At the time, Josh was at the police station.
And they said, we have to tell you something. And I remember looking dead at him and saying, she killed herself, didn't she? And they said, yes.
Josh remains frustrated that law enforcement did not arrest Melinda when they had the chance.
She was the only suspect, and a lot of answers went with her.
But Melinda's suicide did not stop police here from trying to find Trenton. Far from it. In fact, the missing child case is still open. Some remain hopeful that Trenton Duckett could still be alive. This age-progressed photo shows what he might look like today as a young adult. Now, others are skeptical, but still want his body found so this mystery can be brought to an end. Next on Where's Trenton, we'll show you the suspicious items detectives found in a dumpster outside Melinda Duckett's apartment, and you'll see how police use cell phone records to retrace the mother's movements in the hours before she reported her son missing.